Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CWT Weapons. This time, the M4A1 and thus the second starting weapon in skill.
The assault rifle M4A1 is produced in the USA since 1994 and is still used today as compact version of the M16A2 rifle.
Like other assault rifles, this weapon is also able to fire 30 rounds per magazine. The fire rate of this weapon is quite nice, which also makes it a very versatile gun.
The precision of this weapon is one of its strengths, therefore it's also useful for firing from the hip.
On the other hand, the recoil and damage output of this weapon is rather bad. The good news, however, is that the recoil is mostly vertical, which makes it easier to compensate with some slight movements with the mouse.
Enough raw facts for now. The weapon was reproduced pretty well in skill. Only attachments, like for example the bayonet, are missing, though its use is possible in the real version. In the background you can see the M4A1 with the EGGFX camo.
Wow!
This gun also is one of the 2 starting weapons in skill, so you can get it at the start for free. Anyone who prefers the K2 can still buy the M4A1 later in the shop for 50,000 SP.
We suggest choosing the M4A1 though, not cause the K2 is a bad weapon, but because the M4A1 with its higher recoil makes it easier for new players to get used to the other guns later in the game.
With this weapon, you can aim for the body without any hassle. Headshots, however, are always a better option. The weapon isn't heavy, so you're less encumbered than if you were to carry a machine gun. The standard version of this weapon uses simple iron sights, which are okay for aiming.
To this day there are 5 versions of the M4A1. The normal one you can get by simply creating a new account. That's also the reason why a lot of players are using it in-game. For a beginner weapon it's very good.
For the standard M4A1 there's also an Aurora version, which you were able to win in the Arctic Cycle box. This weapon is allowed in the S.K.I.L. since it has the same stats as the normal M4A1. You can't use another camo on top of it though.
Of course, there's always a Neotech version of this weapon available in the all-in-one SP box. You can use a camo on the permanent version, however, the gun is banned in ESL.
Now let's talk about the most exclusive version of this weapon. The M4A1 Gladius was one of the first weapons in the capsule market. It was removed later. The weapon is banned in the ESL since it not only has an EOTech sight attached, but also features the standard weapon boost of all Orgelbox weapons. You can use the camo on the permanent version of this gun.
The rarest version of this weapon is the legendary M4A1 Supreme. This weapon features its own set of special stat boosts as well as an EOTech sight, a silencer and a laser pointer. You can win it in the capsule market with a whole lot of luck. Another special thing about this weapon is that it can't be picked up by other players after you died. You also cannot use a camo on it, and of course it's not allowed in ESL matches.
Who among you already owns the Supreme? Write in the comments down below. And as always, see you again next week, same time, same place.
They are hot, they kick ass, but first of all they are deadly.
CWT Weapons, the weapon reviews each Monday at 8 PM on Showtime Gaming.